What if I told you that there are 11 spiritual revelations kept by the universe especially for you, born under the sign of Virgo, and that these revelations have the power to completely transform the course of your future? Imagine discovering today's sacred information that can change the way you see your life, your challenges, and especially the path you are on at this very moment. You who are a Virgo or have someone special of this sign in your life need to pay close attention to what I am about to reveal here, because these spiritual messages do not reach your ears by chance. The universe is preparing something grand for Virgos, and these 11 revelations are like keys that will open doors you never imagined existed. Every word you will hear in this video has been carefully chosen to awaken in you a greater awareness of who you really are and the extraordinary potential you carry within you. It is no coincidence that you are here now at this moment, receiving this information. There is a divine purpose unfolding, and your soul knows it. If you ignore these revelations, you may miss the opportunity to align your life with the higher plan that has been drawn up for you. But if you stay until the end, you will understand exactly what you need to do to activate all these blessings that are programmed to come to you. Prepare your heart, open your mind, and allow these spiritual truths to penetrate deep into your consciousness, because after this video, nothing will ever be the same again on your journey. First revelation: your perfectionism is actually a spiritual tool for planetary healing. If you're a Virgo, you've probably heard many times that you're too much of a perfectionist, demanding of yourself and others, and you've likely felt bad about it countless times. But the first spiritual revelation the universe wants you to know is that this perfectionism isn't a flaw, as many have led you to believe throughout your life. In fact, this striking characteristic of your personality is a powerful spiritual tool placed within you for a much greater purpose than you imagine. When you were born under the influence of Virgo, your soul carried the mission of helping to raise the vibrational standard of the planet through the pursuit of excellence in everything you do. This doesn't mean you need to be perfect, because human perfection doesn't exist, but it means you have the unique ability to see how things can be better, more organized, more functional, and more harmonious. This vision you possess is a spiritual gift, not a curse. The problem is that for many years of your life you were conditioned to believe that you should relax more, be less critical, and accept things as they are without questioning so much. And perhaps you've even tried to change this aspect of your personality, forcing yourself to be more flexible, more tolerant of imperfections, more relaxed about things that aren't working well. But I'll tell you an important spiritual secret. When you try to suppress this natural characteristic of yours, you are actually blocking one of your greatest tools for contributing to the world. The universe didn't place this analytical capacity within you for nothing. You came to this planet with the mission of being an agent of continuous improvement, someone who identifies where systems are failing, where people are getting lost, where disorganization is generating unnecessary suffering. And when you use your perfectionism consciously and lovingly, you are literally healing situations, environments, and even people around you. The key is to understand that you don't need to impose your standards on others rigidly or critically, but rather use your keen perception to serve, to help, to organize chaos and bring clarity where there is confusion. In the coming months, the universe will place you in situations where this ability of yours will be fundamental to solving complex problems. And you will realize that when you use this gift with love instead of judgment, magical things begin to happen. People will begin to recognize your value in a different way. Opportunities will arise because you are the person who truly knows how to make things work well, and you will feel a deep satisfaction in realizing that your perfectionist nature is actually a sacred gift being used for the greater good. So stop blaming yourself for wanting things done the right way, stop apologizing for having high standards, and start embracing this part of yourself as the powerful spiritual tool it truly is. Second revelation: your need to serve others is a spiritual initiation for you to discover your own worth. The second spiritual revelation that will completely transform your future as a Virgo is related to something very deep about your nature: always wanting to help, serve, and be available to others. You've probably already noticed that you have a natural tendency to put yourself second, to prioritize the needs of others before your own, and often end up exhausted or even undervalued because you give so much of yourself without receiving the recognition you deserve. But the universe wants you to understand something fundamental. This inclination to serve is not a weakness, nor does it mean that you should negate yourself or sacrifice yourself for others. In fact, this characteristic is part of a very important spiritual initiation that your soul has chosen to undergo in this life. The divine plan for you involves learning to balance serving others with serving yourself, And this is a lesson that will completely revolutionize your existence when you finally understand it. For a long time, you may have believed that your worth was directly linked to how much you did for others, how useful you were, how much you solved other people's problems. And this belief led you to situations where you gave too much of yourself, where you put your own health and well-being at risk to meet external demands, where you felt used or unappreciated by the people you helped so much. But the spiritual revelation that is coming to you now is that all of this was necessary for you to understand a profound truth. Your value is not in what you do for others, but simply in who you are. You don't need to prove your worth through service. You don't need to exhaust yourself to deserve love. You don't need to solve all the world's problems to have the right to exist and be happy. This is the initiation your soul is going through. Learning to give from a place of abundance and not of need. Learning to help without losing yourself in the process. Learning to say no when necessary without feeling guilty. The universe is showing you that when you begin to value yourself as much as you value others, when you begin to take care of yourself with the same zeal that you take care of those around you, something magical happens. You become even more capable of serving, but now in a healthy, balanced, and sustainable way. The right people will start appearing in your life, those who truly recognize and value what you offer, and situations of exploitation or devaluation will simply disappear because you are no longer vibrating at that frequency of needing to prove your worth. In the coming times, you will be tested in this aspect. Situations will arise where you will have to choose between sacrificing yourself for others or honoring your own needs, and each time you choose yourself without guilt, you will be passing another stage of this spiritual initiation. And when you complete this process of learning to value yourself, you will discover that you can serve the world in a much more powerful and meaningful way, because now you will be doing it from a place of self-love and not from a need for approval. Third revelation. Your analytical mind is a direct gateway to receiving divine guidance. The third spiritual revelation that will completely change the course of your future has to do with your brilliant, analytical mind, extremely capable of processing complex information. Throughout your life, you have probably used this natural intelligence to solve practical problems, organize situations, plan events, and analyze everything around you with a depth that few people can achieve. But what the universe wants to reveal to you now may sound surprising. This mental capacity of yours is not only for material and practical matters. It is actually one of your greatest spiritual channels, a portal through which you can receive divine guidance clearly and precisely. Many people believe that to be spiritual, one must switch off the mind, meditate in absolute silence, empty one's thoughts, and access altered states of consciousness. And while these practices have their value, that's not how it works for you, Virgo. Your connection to the divine happens precisely through your analytical mind, through your ability to observe, question, investigate, and understand deeply. When you are analyzing a situation, connecting points that seem disconnected, finding creative solutions to complex problems, you are actually channeling higher wisdom. The universe speaks to you through logic, through the patterns you identify, through the connections your mind can make. That's why you so often have powerful insights while doing everyday tasks, organizing things, or simply thinking about something. You're not just thinking. You're receiving information from the spiritual realm through your mental channel. The thing is, probably no one has ever told you this, so you may have spent years thinking your spirituality was weak because you couldn't meditate like others, because your mind wouldn't stop working, because you questioned everything instead of just accepting it. But now you're receiving this important revelation. Your way of accessing the divine is different, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, when you stop fighting your mental nature and begin to honor it as a valid spiritual channel, everything changes. You realize you can ask clear questions of the universe and receive answers through logical synchronicities, through information that reaches you at the right time, through mental connections that take you exactly where you need to be. The universe is now inviting you to trust more in your ability to receive guidance through your mind. When you have a strong feeling about something, when your analysis leads you to a specific conclusion, when you feel you need to organize your life in a certain way, pay attention, because this is not just you thinking. It is the universe speaking to you in the language you understand best. In the coming months, you will begin to realize that many of your intuitions come disguised as logical thoughts, and the more you trust this, the clearer this communication with the divine will become. Before we continue with the next spiritual revelations that will completely transform your future, I need to ask you a very important favor. If you are enjoying this content and feel that these messages are touching your heart, then please subscribe to the channel now and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos we publish here. Every week there's new content about your sign, about spirituality, and about how you can use the wisdom of the universe to transform your life. And leave a comment below telling me where you're watching this video from, because I love knowing that these messages are reaching Virgos all over the world. Write your city and let's form a beautiful community of people seeking spiritual evolution. And if these revelations are truly making a difference in your life, if you feel this channel is helping you in any way, consider becoming a supporting member of the channel. Your support is fundamental for us to continue bringing this kind of quality spiritual content to you. Now let's continue with the revelations that will completely change your future. Fourth revelation. Your struggles with vulnerability are actually spiritual protections that need to be understood before they can be dissolved. The fourth spiritual revelation that the universe wants you to deeply understand is related to something that has probably caused you a lot of suffering in life. Your difficulty in showing vulnerability, in asking for help, in demonstrating your weaknesses, and in fully trusting people. You, as a Virgo, know very well how difficult it is to lower your guard, how challenging it is to admit that you can't handle everything alone, how painful it is to need someone's help when you're used to being the one who solves other people's problems. Perhaps you've heard advice that you need to open up more, be more vulnerable, trust people more, and you may even have tried to do so a few times, but you always ended up regretting it because you were disappointed, betrayed, or judged precisely when you decided to show your vulnerability. And this made you create an even stronger armor, an even higher barrier, an even firmer decision that it's better to rely only on yourself. But the spiritual revelation that is coming to you now will help you understand something very important about this difficulty with vulnerability. The protective shield you've built up over the years didn't appear out of nowhere. It's not just a trauma or a personality flaw. It's actually an intelligent response from your soul to real experiences you've lived through. In other words, you learned to protect yourself because at some point, or at various points in your life, you weren't truly safe enough to show your vulnerability. People let you down when you needed them most, your sensitivity was used against you, your trust was broken, and your soul said, "I'll never let that happen again." This protection served an important purpose. It kept you functioning when you could have completely crumbled. But now the universe is showing you that the time has come to evolve this protection, not simply to remove it as if it were something wrong, but to transform it into something wiser and more selective. The issue isn't about becoming vulnerable with everyone. The issue is about learning to identify who truly deserves your trust and your vulnerability. There's a big difference between completely shutting yourself off from everyone for fear of getting hurt again, and developing the discernment to choose with whom you will share your vulnerabilities. The universe is bringing opportunities into your life right now for you to practice this discernment. People are appearing or will appear who are genuinely trustworthy, who truly honor your vulnerability, who won't use your weaknesses against you. But you will only be able to identify and connect with these people if you begin to gradually allow some layers of that armor to dissolve. It's not about opening up all at once and telling everyone your secrets, but about starting to test the waters, sharing small vulnerabilities with people who demonstrate through their actions that they are safe. And each time you take a risk and realize you are safe, that the person honored your trust, your soul will understand that not everyone is like those who hurt you in the past. This is a journey of deep healing that will lead you to much more meaningful and satisfying relationships, because true connections only happen when there is mutual vulnerability. In the coming times, pay attention to the people who appear in your life demonstrating consistency, integrity, and genuine respect for who you are. These are the people with whom you can begin to practice your vulnerability safely. Fifth revelation. Your physical body is trying to teach you spiritual lessons through symptoms you have been ignoring. The fifth spiritual revelation that will completely transform your future as a Virgo is intimately connected to something that most people of your sign face but rarely understand in its depth: the relationship between your physical body and your spiritual journey. You've probably already noticed that your body is extremely sensitive, that you easily develop physical symptoms, that your health always seems to be asking for attention in some way. Digestive problems, muscle tension, headaches, unexplained fatigue, sensitivity to food or environments. All these symptoms are extremely common among Virgos, and you've probably experienced several of them throughout your life. But what the universe wants to reveal to you now is something that can completely change how you deal with your body. All these physical symptoms you experience are not just health problems that need to be medicated or ignored. They are very important spiritual messages that your body is trying to convey to you about misalignments in your life. Your body is much wiser than you imagine. It's actually a precision instrument that records everything happening to you on energetic and emotional levels. When something is wrong in your life, when you're going against your truth, when you're sacrificing too much or ignoring your needs, your body screams through physical symptoms. The problem is that most people, including you, Virgo, have been taught to treat these symptoms as inconveniences that need to be silenced quickly so you can keep functioning. You take a headache pill but don't ask yourself why it appeared. You force your body to keep working when it asks for rest. You ignore the signs of exhaustion until you reach a point of collapse. And this pattern of ignoring your body has a very high spiritual cost, because when you don't listen to your body's whispers, it needs to scream louder and louder until you finally stop and pay attention. The spiritual revelation that is coming to you now is that your body is not your enemy. It's not betraying you with these symptoms. It's being your greatest ally, trying to show you where you need to make changes in your life. That back pain might be telling you that you're carrying responsibilities that aren't yours. That digestive problem might be indicating that you're swallowing situations you can't process emotionally. That constant fatigue might be revealing that you're giving your energy to things or people that don't nourish you in return. The universe is now inviting you to develop a completely new relationship with your body. A relationship of listening, respect, and partnership. Instead of seeing symptoms as problems to be eliminated, start seeing them as valuable information about what needs to be adjusted in your life. When your body manifests any discomfort, stop and ask it what it's trying to tell you. Reflect on what was happening in your life when that symptom appeared. Investigate which area of your existence is asking for attention. In the coming months, you will realize that when you start making the necessary changes your body is asking for, many of these chronic symptoms that have accompanied you for years begin to diminish or even disappear completely. This doesn't mean you shouldn't seek medical help when needed, but it does mean that true healing happens when you treat the spiritual and emotional root of the problem, not just the physical symptom. Sixth revelation. Your harsh inner critic is actually an ancient voice that doesn't belong to you and can be transformed. The sixth spiritual revelation that will radically change your future is related to something that has probably been with you for as long as you can remember. That inner critic that is never satisfied with anything you do, that always finds flaws, that compares you to others and makes you feel like you're never good enough. You, as a Virgo, know this voice very well. It's there when you make a small mistake and turn it into a catastrophe. It's there when you achieve something important, but instead of celebrating, you're already thinking about what you could have done better. It's there telling you that you need to work harder, do more, be more, because the way you are now is not enough. This inner critic is so much a part of your daily experience that you probably don't even notice it anymore. You've already accepted everything it says as absolute truth. You've already incorporated as part of your identity this idea that you need to be extremely hard on yourself to evolve. But the spiritual revelation that the universe wants you to receive now will shake the foundations of that belief. That harsh, critical voice you carry within you is not your true voice. It's not your inner wisdom speaking. It's not your soul guiding you. That voice is actually an old program you absorbed from people around you as a child, from educational systems that taught you that you only had value when you performed perfectly, from a society that profits from your insecurity. Think carefully and you will remember moments from your childhood where important adults in your life criticized you harshly, where your mistakes were severely punished instead of being treated as learning opportunities, where you learned that love and approval were things that needed to be earned through impeccable behavior. Those moments installed within you a mental program that says you are only worthy of love, respect, and acceptance when you are functioning perfectly, when you don't make mistakes, when you meet all expectations. And because you internalize this critical voice from external figures, it has now become automatic, working behind the scenes of your mind all the time, judging you, diminishing you, making you feel inadequate. But that's not the truth about who you are. And the time has come for you to start dismantling that programming and reconnect with your true inner voice, the one that guides you with love, compassion, and wisdom. Transforming that critical voice doesn't happen overnight, but begins when you develop awareness of it, when you stop automatically believing everything it says, when you start questioning whether that harsh criticism really helps you or if it only paralyzes you and makes you suffer. The universe is showing you that you can maintain your desire for excellence, your pursuit of doing things well, your ability to identify where improvements are needed, but all of this can happen from a place of self-love and not self-flagellation. There's a huge difference between looking at a situation and thinking, how can I improve this next time? And looking at the same situation and thinking, I'm a failure, I never do anything right, I'm worthless. In the coming days, whenever that harsh, critical voice appears, try doing something simple yet powerful. Ask yourself if you would speak that way to a young child you love, if you would use those same harsh words with your best friend who made a mistake. The answer will probably be no, and that will show you that you don't need to be so cruel to yourself to grow and evolve. Seventh revelation. Your experiences of solitude are portals for you to develop a deep connection with the sacred. The seventh spiritual revelation that will completely transform the trajectory of your future has to do with something that may have been one of your greatest sources of suffering throughout life: the feeling of profound loneliness you experience, even when surrounded by people. You, as a Virgo, have probably already gone through many moments where you felt misunderstood, where you realized that people couldn't grasp the depth of your thoughts and feelings, where you felt like you were living in a world different from the rest of humanity. This existential loneliness may have made you question if there's something wrong with you, if you're too different, if you'll never find people who truly understand you, and with whom you can connect in a genuine and profound way. Many Virgos spend years trying to fit in, adjust, mold themselves to feel less alone. But even so, the feeling of emptiness and disconnection remains because the true nature of this loneliness isn't about finding the right people, although that's important, but about something much deeper related to your spiritual journey. The revelation the universe wants to give you now is that your capacity to feel alone, even when surrounded by others, is not a curse or a sign that you are unsuitable for human relationships, but rather a characteristic of souls who came to this planet with a level of consciousness that is not yet common in humanity. You feel lonely because your soul remembers a deep connection with the sacred, with the divine, with something greater that transcends superficial human interactions. And in this dense material dimension, you intensely miss this connection. This feeling of emptiness that accompanies you will not be completely filled by any human relationship, however loving and understanding it may be, because what your soul is seeking is to reconnect with the spiritual source from which you came. In the moments when you feel most alone, when it seems that no one understands you, when you question your place in this world, you are actually receiving a call from your soul to go deeper in your spiritual quest. This loneliness is a portal, a gateway to an intimate relationship with the universe, with the divine, with your own sacred essence. When you stop resisting this solitude and begin to use it as an invitation to delve into spiritual practices, deep self-knowledge, connection with nature, meditation, and contemplation, something extraordinary happens. You discover that you were never truly alone, that there is a loving and wise presence always by your side, that the entire universe is conspiring in your favor, even when you seem helpless. And as you develop this deep connection with the sacred through moments of solitude, an interesting change begins to occur in your life. The right people start to appear, those who can find you in your depths, those who are not afraid of your intensity, those who value precisely these characteristics that make you different. Because when you stop trying to fit in and embrace your true nature, when you fill yourself through your spiritual connection instead of waiting for human relationships to do it for you, you begin to attract people who are vibrating at the same frequency of depth and authenticity. The universe is now inviting you to completely redefine your relationship with solitude. Instead of seeing it as something negative that needs to be avoided at all costs, begin to perceive these moments as sacred opportunities to strengthen your connection with the divine, to listen to your inner voice, to access your deep wisdom. In the coming months, whenever loneliness knocks on your door, instead of despairing or trying to fill the void with distractions, try sitting with that feeling and asking what your soul is trying to tell you at that moment. Eighth revelation. Your obsession with details is actually a way for you to avoid looking at bigger emotional issues that need attention. The eighth spiritual revelation that will drastically change your future is related to a behavioral pattern you probably don't even realize you have, but which is profoundly affecting your life in ways you can't imagine. You, as a Virgo, have an impressive ability to focus on details, to organize, to plan, to create efficient systems for everything. This is undoubtedly a valuable skill, but the universe wants to reveal something hidden behind this behavior. Often you get lost in the details not because they are really that important, but because focusing on them allows you to avoid looking at much larger and more frightening emotional issues that are demanding your attention. When you are obsessed with organizing a physical space, planning every detail of a project, worrying about small imperfections that no one else but you would notice, you are actually using this mental occupation as a defense mechanism against feelings you don't want to face. It's easier and safer to keep reorganizing the same drawer for the third time than to stop and admit that you feel empty inside, that your relationship isn't making you happy, that you're working on something that has no meaning for your soul, that you're living a life you didn't truly choose. Details give you a sense of control in a world where so many important things seem to be out of your control, and so you take refuge in them whenever life confronts you with bigger, more complex issues that can't be solved simply through organization and planning. But this strategy comes at a very high price, because while you're focused on superficial details, deep emotional issues continue to grow in the background of your life, accumulating power, waiting for the moment when they will finally explode in a way you can no longer ignore. How many times have you found yourself spending hours tidying things, cleaning spaces, organizing papers, when in reality what you were trying to avoid was having a difficult conversation with someone, making an important decision about your future, or simply sitting with your feelings and allowing them to exist without trying to control or fix them? The universe is showing you now that the time has come to develop the courage to look at these bigger issues you've been avoiding. This doesn't mean you should stop caring about details or that your organizational skills are worthless, but it means you need to learn to differentiate when you're using this skill productively and when you're using it as an escape mechanism. One way to identify this is to notice the quality of energy you feel when you're focused on details. If you're organizing something and feel productive, satisfied, creative, then it's probably really important and serving you well. But if you're obsessed with details and feel anxious, never satisfied, always finding more things to tidy up, then you're probably using it to avoid something bigger. In the coming times, the universe will place you in situations where you will be forced to look at these larger emotional issues that you have been avoiding, and this may be uncomfortable at first, but it is absolutely necessary for your evolution. When you develop the courage to face what is really happening in your heart, when you stop being distracted by details and delve into the deep emotions you need to process, an immense liberation occurs and you discover that you have much more strength than you imagined. Ninth revelation. Your fear of not being good enough is preventing you from receiving the blessings the universe has prepared. The ninth spiritual revelation that will completely revolutionize your future is related to a very deep energetic blockage that most Virgos carry, and that prevents many blessings from reaching you. This blockage has to do with a fundamental belief that you may not even realize you possess, but which operates behind the scenes of all your decisions and actions, the belief that you are not good enough. This belief manifests itself in countless ways in your life, from difficulty accepting genuine compliments to sabotaging incredible opportunities that come your way. How many times have you minimized your achievements, saying it was luck, or that anyone could have done the same? How many times have you refused an opportunity because you thought you weren't prepared enough, that you didn't have all the necessary qualifications, that other people deserved it more than you? How many times have you failed to charge a fair price for your work, because deep down you thought you didn't deserve to earn so much? How many times have you accepted crumbs of affection, respect, or recognition because you thought that was all you deserved to receive? All these behaviors have a common root: the deep-seated belief that you need to prove your worth, that you need to be perfect to deserve good things, that there is something fundamentally wrong or insufficient in you. And this belief didn't arise from nothing. It was planted in you through experiences where you were judged, criticized, compared, or rejected for not meeting certain expectations. But the spiritual revelation that is coming to you now is that this belief is an absolute lie, and as long as you continue to believe it, you will continue to block the magnificent blessings that the universe is trying to deliver to you. The universe does not operate on the meritocracy system that human society has created. The universe is not waiting for you to reach a level of perfection to then release your blessings. The blessings are already released. They have already been destined for you. But there is an energetic blockage preventing them from arriving, and this blockage is precisely your belief of unworthiness. Imagine the universe is like an infinite fountain of crystal clear water constantly flowing towards you, but you've placed an upside-down glass in front of it. Even though the water continues to flow abundantly, it can't reach your glass because it's upside down. This upside-down glass represents your belief that you're not good enough, and the act of turning the glass right side up is about beginning to accept your inherent dignity, your intrinsic value that doesn't need to be proven or earned. In the coming months, situations will arise in your life testing whether you're finally ready to receive the blessings you've blocked for so long. Financial opportunities will emerge, and you'll have to choose whether to sabotage them with your belief of unworthiness, or to open your arms and accept that you deserve abundance. Healthy relationships will appear, and you'll have to decide whether to continue settling for less than you deserve, or to finally accept that you deserve to be loved, respected, and valued. Recognition for your work will come, and you will have to choose whether to downplay your achievements or receive them with gratitude and dignity. Each time you choose to believe that you are good enough, that you deserve good things, that your worth is not in question, you dissolve a little more of that energetic blockage and allow more blessings to flow into your life. 10th revelation. Your resistance to asking for help is preventing you from experiencing the true interdependence that is the essence of healthy human relationships. The 10th spiritual revelation that will radically transform your future has to do with something that is costing you dearly in terms of your quality of life and the depth of your relationships. Your extreme difficulty in asking for help. You, as a Virgo, have probably been trained from a young age to be independent, self-sufficient, someone who solves their own problems without bothering others. You may have heard phrases like, be strong, don't cry, you can do it alone, don't be a burden to others. And these messages have created within you an armor of independence that seems like a virtue but is actually isolating you deeply. You pride yourself on being able to do everything alone, on not depending on anyone, on always having a solution to any problem without needing to ask anyone for help. But the universe wants to reveal something that will shake this belief. This extreme independence is not strength, it is actually a wall you built to protect yourself from possible disappointments. And this wall is preventing you from experiencing the true human connection that happens through interdependence. Deep and fulfilling human relationships aren't built solely on what you give to others. They're built on a balanced exchange where you both offer and receive support. When you refuse to ask for help, when you insist on doing everything alone, when you don't allow people to see you in moments of vulnerability and fragility, you are actually denying others the opportunity to feel useful, important, and needed in your life. You are depriving the people who love you of the rewarding experience of being able to reciprocate everything you do for them. And more than that, you are depriving yourself of the experience of being cared for, welcomed, and supported, which is as necessary to the human soul as eating or breathing. No one was made to carry life entirely alone, and when you try to do so, you become exhausted, resentful, overwhelmed, and lonely even when surrounded by people who would be willing to help you if you would only allow it. The spiritual revelation that is coming to you is that asking for help is not weakness. It is not a failure. It is not being a burden to others. Asking for help is actually an act of courage, humility, and recognition that you are human and have limitations like everyone else. And when you develop the ability to ask for help in a healthy way, something magical happens in your relationships. People feel closer to you because you are finally allowing them to truly know you, to see not only your strong and capable side, but also your human and fragile side. There is immense beauty in interdependence, in the idea that we all need each other, that it is healthy to give and receive in a balanced flow. In the coming times, the universe will place you in situations where you will need help, where it will not be possible to do everything alone. And these situations are invitations for you to practice this new behavior of asking for and receiving support. Start with small things, asking for help with simple tasks, and observe how people respond. You will probably discover that people are happy to be able to help you, that they don't see you as a burden or a nuisance, but as someone who is finally allowing them to show the affection they feel for you. 11th revelation. Your magnificent future depends on you stopping postponing your own life, waiting for the perfect moment that will never come. The 11th and final spiritual revelation that will completely change your future is perhaps the most important of all, and it has to do with a behavioral pattern that is literally stealing your life from you. The habit of postponing your own desires, dreams, and needs, waiting for the perfect moment, the ideal conditions, the complete preparation that never comes. You, as a Virgo, have a very strong tendency to overanalyze every situation, to want to have all the information before making a decision, to seek perfection before taking the first step. And although this caution has its value and protects you from some mistakes, it is also keeping you paralyzed in crucial areas of your life. How many dreams do you have tucked away in a drawer waiting for the right moment to realize them? How many times have you failed to do something your heart desired because you thought you needed more preparation, more money, more time, more of anything? How many opportunities passed you by because you were stuck in the cycle of planning, analysis, and preparation without ever taking action? The universe wants to reveal something urgent to you. The perfect moment doesn't exist, ideal conditions will never arrive, and if you keep waiting to feel completely ready before acting, you will reach the end of your life full of regrets for what you didn't do, for the opportunities you let pass, for the life you didn't live. There is a big difference between being prudent and using prudence as an excuse for fear. When you constantly postpone your own desires and dreams, always finding logical reasons to explain why it's not the right time yet, You are actually allowing fear disguised as rationality to govern your life. Fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, fear of judgment, fear of disappointing someone. All these fears hide behind seemingly logical arguments about why you need to wait a little longer. But the truth is that you will never feel completely ready, you will never have all the answers, you will never eliminate all risks, and if you wait for those ideal conditions, your life will pass you by while you sit in the stands watching instead of getting into the game. The universe has prepared an extraordinary future for you, but that future will only materialize if you start taking concrete actions towards what you truly desire, even if those actions are imperfect, even if you don't have everything planned, even if uncertainties still exist. Perfection happens along the way, not before you start walking. You learn by doing, you prepare yourself through experience, you become capable in the process of trying. In the coming months, identify something you've been putting off that your heart truly desires. It could be changing careers, starting a creative project, ending a relationship that no longer serves you, declaring your feelings to someone, moving to another place. Anything you know deep down you need to do but have found 1,000 reasons to postpone. And then take the first step, however small, towards that thing. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to start, because the universe can't help you build a different future if you don't take the first step showing that you're committed to change. And as you begin to act despite imperfections, despite fears, despite uncertainties, you will discover a liberating truth. You are far more capable than you imagine, and the life you deserve to live is waiting on the other side of your courage to begin imperfectly. We have reached the end of these 11 powerful spiritual revelations that the universe has prepared especially for you. Born under the sign of Virgo. If you have made it this far, it is because your soul was ready to receive these messages and this transformative knowledge that will help you align your life with your higher purpose and the blessings destined for you. But now comes the most important part of all. It is not enough to simply hear these revelations. You need to put this knowledge into practice in your real life. You need to start making concrete changes based on what you have learned here today. The universe has given you powerful tools through these revelations, but these tools will only work if you actually use them. So I invite you now to make a commitment to yourself. Choose at least 3 of these revelations that touched your heart most deeply, those that seem to speak directly to your current situation, and begin to implement small changes in your life based on these revelations. If the revelation about asking for help resonated with you, commit to asking someone for help this week, even if it's something small. If the revelation about stopping postponing your life impacted you, commit to taking that first step toward a dream you've been putting off. If the revelation about your body as a spiritual messenger made sense, commit to listening more to the signals your body sends you. No matter which revelation you choose to work with first, the important thing is that you leave here today determined to transform this knowledge into action, because it is through action that real transformation happens. And always remember, you are far more powerful, capable, and worthy than you imagine. The universe believes in you and is conspiring in your favor at all times, even when it seems like nothing is working. Trust your process, honor your unique journey, and allow these spiritual revelations to illuminate your path toward the extraordinary future that awaits you. Now I want to ask you an important question. Which of these 11 revelations touched your heart most deeply? Which one seemed to be speaking directly to your life at this moment? Leave a comment below telling me which revelation impacted you the most, because I love knowing how these messages are resonating with each Virgo watching this channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect time to do so. Click the red subscribe button below and activate the notification bell, so you don't miss any new videos we bring you weekly about spirituality, your sign, and how you can use cosmic wisdom to live a fuller life aligned with your purpose. And if these revelations really made a difference for you, if you felt this content touched your heart in some special way, consider becoming a supporting member of the channel. Your support is essential for us to continue producing profound and transformative spiritual content like this. Thank you so much for watching until the end of this video, and until the next cosmic message the universe has to share with you.